Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2 Unit 0 review. Now if you're stumbling by this video on mistake, I already did the first side. This is video number 2. So we're on the back. Okay, so directions on the back are asking us to solve each equation, give exact answers, reduce fractions, no decimals. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, when we are solving, that's when we are doing SADMAP, okay, the reverse order of operations. So to do that, I want to get the variable by itself. So I have that 7. It's a positive 7. So I'm going to do the inverse and subtract. I'm left with negative 8x equaling 13 minus 7 is 6. Now, the variable is not by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 8. And I'm left with 6 over negative 8. Now, I know how to reduce that. Okay, I can divide it both by 2, but if you don't see that right away, plug it into your calculator. It's a negative 6 over 8. We don't want the decimal, I want the fraction. So I'm hitting math, enter, enter, and we get negative 3/4. And remember that we are still writing our answer on the line. Okay, so I have variables on both sides. I want to move the smaller variable. Okay, well, this one's easy because my smaller variable is negative. So instead of negative 8x, I'm going to add it to the other side. We have 11 equals 14x plus 4. And once again, I want to get the variable by itself. So using inverse operations or SADMAP, I get 7 equals 14x. And now be careful here, because a lot of you are going to say the answer is 2. It's not 2. It's 7 divided by 14, not 14 divided by 7. And if you don't know what the fraction for 0.5 is, hit math, enter, enter, and then we get our answer of 1/2. So x equals 1/2. All right, number 16. This is one where we have to distribute. The left side stays the same, 5x minus 29, and then distribute. Okay, you can either do it in your head. 1 times 48 is 48. 48 divided by 4 would be 12x, but like, Mr. Grice, I don't know that. Use your calculator. 1/4 times 48, we get 12. The next one is 1/4 times 24. It's 6. Okay. All right, I have variables on both sides, so I'm going to move the smaller variable. Get negative 29 equals 7x plus 6. Okay, and then we're following SADMAP, so I'm going to subtract 6 to both sides. We get negative 35 equals 7x. Divide both sides by 7. Negative 35 divided by 7 would be a negative 5x. Okay, so now we just need to be careful with what we're distributing here. All right, on the left side, the 16 stays the same, and then I'm going to distribute the 2, and that is a negative 2. So negative 2 times 2 would be a negative 4x, and then negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. On the right side, I need to combine like terms. So I get negative 4x plus 4. Okay, and then following SADMAP, I subtract 4 to both sides. 16 minus 4 is 12. to get the x by itself, I need to, hopefully you said divide, I can't hear you. And 12 divided by 4 is negative 3. All right. No math weenies. We can do this. All right, on the left side, I need to distribute the 8. 8 times 3 is 24, and 8 times 4 is 32. Good. And on the right side, we have to distribute the negative 3. So we get negative 18x. Negative times the negative would make that a positive 15 minus 14x. Okay? And now on each side, we have like terms. Okay? So I'm going to say negative 32x, and then negative 9 plus 24 is 15. Okay? Negative 18x minus 14x is, what'd you get? Negative 32x. Okay, now remember, the next step is to get your variables to one side. So when I add 32x to both sides, whoa, they both cancel, and we're left with 15 equals 15. That's a true statement, guys. That means this is infinite solutions. Okay, so no matter what we plug in for x, we will always get a true statement. All right, last ones. Solve and graph the solution. Okay, same thing. We want to get the variable by itself. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. I get negative 2x is greater than or equal to 23. And to divide both sides, I'm going to divide by a negative 2. And we're dealing with inequalities, right? So when I divide by a negative, I have to flip the sign. And 23 minus, or divided by negative 2 is negative 11.5. Okay? So on my graph now, okay, remember, I can't just say this is negative 11.5, this is negative 12.5, no. Okay? So there's negative 11, negative 10, negative 9, negative 12, negative 13. Okay? At negative 11.5, which is right here, I am closed, and then I need to shade everything to the left. Okay? The only thing I would say is that is at negative 11.5. Okay? Number 20. Don't get scared because these problems are getting longer. Combine your like terms. We'll work on the left side first. 7 minus 4, we get 3x. And negative 3 plus 9, we get 6. Is greater than. Negative x plus 7, we get 6x. And then negative 2 minus 10 is negative 12. I have variables on both sides, so I'm going to subtract the smaller variable. I have 6 is greater than 3x minus 12. And I'm following the rules of SADMAP, so I'm going to add 12 to both sides. To get 18 is greater than 3x. Divide by 3. And then we get 6 is greater than x. And then when I go for my final answer up here, I need to rewrite. I want the variable first, then the number, and the inequality is pointing at the x, so I'm going to make sure it stays pointing at the x. So I have 6, 7, 8, 5, and 4. At 6, I am open, and I'm going to shade everything to the left. All right. Here's our inequality, our compound inequalities. So remember, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to subtract 5 to both sides because I want to get the x by itself. 7 minus 5 is 2, greater than 1/2 x, which is greater than -2. Now I need to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 2 over 1, which is the same thing as 2. 2 times 2 is 4, greater than x, which is greater than -4. And now the only thing that's wrong with this is it's not in least to greatest, okay? So I'm going to rewrite. We have -4, x, and 4, and then everything is pointing to the left, okay? So -4 is less than x, which is less than 4. So I'm going to put 0 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, -2, -3, -4. At -4, I'm open. At +4, I'm open. And I'm going to shade everything in between. Last one. Okay, remember, we're going to treat these like two separate inequalities. Okay, so I'm going to subtract the -3. I have 6x is greater than 15 minus 3 is 12. To get the x by itself, I need to divide by a, that's right, I have to divide by a negative, so I have to flip the sign, and 12 minus 6 is -2. Now on the right side, I have to subtract 8 to both sides. I have 4/3 x is greater than or equal to 4. And then to get the x by itself, I have to multiply by the reciprocal. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay? And if you don't believe me, 4 times 3 over 4, whoops, is 3. Is that what I wrote? Good. I forgot for a second. Okay? And now when I'm looking at these two inequalities, I want to make sure they're in order from least to greatest, and they are. So x is less than -2, or x is greater than or equal to 3. So that's what I'm going to graph. 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. At -2, I am open, and I'm going to shade everything to the left. At 3, I am closed, and then I'm going to shade everything to the right. Okay, guys, well, that's everything for Unit 0. Hopefully after watching this, you guys will be ready, and you guys will ace that test. This is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra 2 Unit 0 Review, video number 2. Thanks for watching.